What is happening? Welcome to my channel. My name is Matt Bradford. Today we are going to be doing the slide classic, Dust My Broom by Elmore James. Obviously number one, it's on guitar, not on lap steel. It was, so it's going to be slightly different. And then also, I am not big on doing slide songs. I covered this a little bit last video too, but just for me, I'm not like a learn everything note for note kind of guy. So this song was requested on Patreon. Those guys decide to spend money with me. They get whatever they want. This is not really my specialty. That being said, I'm going to do my best. I'm going to show you how I would approach doing a song like this. This is obviously something I would get asked to do or asked to play. Hey, you're sitting in, you want to do this song, or would you let, whatever. So we're going to do that. First things first. I build my instruments. I build lap steels. This is a lap steel telly. I also build conversion necks, so you can convert your telly to a lap steel. My links are below. To the reverb store. If you see something you like, email me. I can give you a better price. mattbradfordmusic@gmail.com, right? Because then there's no fees and stuff. Also, if you're overseas, you may not see it. I'm in the States. If for whatever reason you don't see it, then email me. I can tell you. I can send you links. I can show you what's in stock, and we can again talk about shipping and all this stuff. Secondly, I have a Patreon. We just talked about that. If you like what you see, please join my Patreon. I actually have tabs today. I tabbed some stuff out. So those tabs are going to be available on Patreon. All the lesson materials, I post, some graphics here and stuff. It's all going to be available on Patreon. I have t-shirts. They look like this. This is one design. And we also have the bones guy, because we learned the bones of the song. And that logo is also on hats and mugs and sweatshirts and all types of stuff. So that link is below. Finally, last thing, and then we're going to get to the lesson. I promise. If you're finding everything helpful, you just want to leave me a tip. Boom. QR codes. You don't want to sign up for Patreon. You don't want to buy a t-shirt. You don't want to buy an instrument. You're just like, I really appreciate this, and I want to help support it. Keep going. Then leave me a tip. People have been very generous. It's absolutely appreciated. Yeah. So that's that. So let's get into the song. We are tuned to open D tuning. That is D-A-D, F-sharp A-D. I believe from listening that Elmore James is tuned the same way. Again, I don't know for sure. It's not my intention to learn that. Dust My Broom is a traditional 12-bar blues with a quick change. This is what it looks like, the whole song. The only difference is this last bar here, right? The very ending, instead of going from a 6 to a 5, flat 6 to a 5, instead of doing that, it goes back to the 1, flat 7 to the 1. That's how I'm playing it. Again, I haven't looked at any other Elmore James lessons. I haven't done anything like that. My phone's going off in my pocket. Very professional. I haven't looked at any lessons. I haven't looked at any other stuff. I sat down, I listened to the song, and then I tried to play it, and I think I've got, this is the way I would approach doing the song anyway. And I would encourage you to, before you, watch the lesson, whatever, but it's an open D tuning, and it's this, the chart's over here, it's this chart, right? It's the traditional 12-bar blues, and it's this scale the whole time. So I would encourage you to try to sit down and at least learn it by ear first, or try, and then we'll go through it, because then you at least have it's like, okay, what did I get right? What did I get wrong? And I'll tell you again, I don't know that I got it right. This is just what I'm hearing. So it starts off the first two bars, right over here, the first two bars. There's no drums or anything, but he's really just playing this one chord at the 12th fret, right? And it's just the top two strings. That's what I'm playing. Top two strings, the 12th fret. Not in tune. Now, top two strings at the two strings. You came here for lessons. This was your decision. Top two strings, 12th fret. Okay? And it's 3 triplets. So it's 3 sets of 3. And the next set of 3, 12, 10, 12, that's the 1 to the flat 7 to the 1. He's just moving around the minor pentatonic scale. My nose itches. Dude, this is a rough beginning. I'm going to say that. It's rough. The cats are going nuts. It is what it is. All right. 1 flat 7 1, right? 12 10 12. But it's the one. The most important part is not playing it exact, because you could play it other places. Right. I don't think that's how he's playing it, but you could play it there. Right? So knowing what the notes are is going to give us the most options on where to play it. This is just the pentatonic scale. It's the 1 chord 9 times. It's 3 sets of 3. 12 10 12, and then the flat 3 on the 11th fret. And then the 1 on the 12th fret. Okay? Now, and really all that is just a 1 chord. You can play it a couple different ways. You could pick with your fingers. I'm already making it fancier than he made it. He's just sliding in the first one. Everything else, he's just sitting there. Right? I'm playing thumb, index, thumb, index, thumb. You see what I'm saying? Thumb, index, thumb, index, thumb. You could also do it, and again, I've talked about muting a lot. I'm just using my thumb pick, but you can see I'm muting everything. Right? So that's all just my thumb pick. And again, it's just this scale. That's it. And he does that 3 times. So the first 2 bars, the first time through on the 1s, they're so many cats. On the 1s, it's right on that first 1 to 4. Then the second set of 1s. Same lick, except for instead of he's just hitting the right, just the flat 3. And then when it goes to the 4 chord, he's just playing the chords. Well, he's not actually playing anything, but the rhythm is just happening. So we have that lick twice. Second time. And then going into the 4 chord, he does this quick little lick. And again, I think that the main lick is super important. Right? That's super important. And the way I have that tabbed, by the way, is at the end of it, right? That 12, 10, 12, 11, 12. So I have the notes. But the reality is that he's adding so much grease to it. It's not just he's not hitting the flat 3 and sitting on it. It's not, right? He's sliding up, but he doesn't get all the way up to the natural 3. He doesn't get all the way up to the 12th fret. He just kind of has that grease to it. So it's not, it has to have that vibe. Now, how do you notate that? It's hard to notate that. It is easier to hear it and then go, oh. So even if you're working off of the tabs or you're working off of this video or whatever, just please notice and note that it's not just the notes. The notes are the least important part. It's that's what gives it that Elmore James. Right? That extra little zhuzh. Right? And tones, real quick, let me just talk about tones. I'm going through a Greer Mini Chief right now. It is at 2, and my volume is about a quarter of the way back. It's all the way up, which is probably that aggressive sound is a little more accurate. You know, it's too much gain for especially for while I'm talking and stuff. But listening to Elmore James, he's just got an amp that's cranked up and he's hitting it real hard. So again, the other part of this is like, how are you going to hit it? Is it that doesn't have the aggressiveness that's happening on the record. So maybe that's the way you want to do it because you're doing a more laid back version. But to play this right, it's got to be aggressive. So that's the first 2 bars, right? Over here, first 2 bars, second 2 bars. Right? And that's just the 1 chord. That's just the 3 1 1. 3 1 1. We're going to go to the 4 chord. 4 chord, he doesn't play anything. What we could do against the 4 chord on the intro, what we could do against the 4 chord is the same thing we've done a bunch. It's on all my blues lessons. If you haven't seen my beginning lessons, if you're confused about the numbers and stuff, I'll link the lessons on whatever side it goes up here. But like, I got a whole beginning lesson. It starts with what the chord numbers are and then moves us from there. But what the chord letters are moves into numbers, explains all this stuff. But when we go to the 4 chord, we go to this pattern. Really common blues pattern. We've talked about it a bunch of times. We're using this shape, this chord shape, and just playing the 1 5 1 and the 6 and back to the 1 5 1. No, it's the third time he does that same thing again. Flat or the 3, regular 3 1 1. And then to the 5 chord. And again, he's not playing the 5. To the 4. And then the turnaround. Now, at the turnaround, I've been listening to what's happening, and there's a lot of stuff happening. It's hard to make it out. I definitely can't do what he's doing. So instead, I kind of tried to grab the same notes at the same rhythm-ish, right? All right, and so what that is, I'm just playing the 1 chord on the 12th fret. And then I'm going to go to the flat 3, to the 2, 1. So it's really, and I'm bouncing off of my 1 here. So 12s, 1, this is a 1 and a 3, to the flat 3, to the 2, to the 1. I'm kind of grabbing the chord. And then the flat 6 and 5. So it's its own turnaround. Which is kind of approximating what you'll see a lot on guitars, but because of the way people can fret multiple frets at once and they can move down and around, we can't do the same thing. This is one of the things where we're trying to approximate something else, we're trying to intimate what's happening, but at the same time, is that the right word? I don't know. Infer what's happening, whatever the word is, it doesn't matter. This is why I play guitar. The point is, we're just trying to match what's happening. These sorts of turnarounds, you can go and watch blues turnaround videos all day and find a million turnarounds. The 12-bar blues, the thing that makes this the song, the turnaround is not it. The turnaround does not make this Dust My Broom. The thing that makes this Dust My Broom is obviously the lyrics, and then that's Dust My Broom. So all the way through from the beginning, and I have a backing track. You saw it at the beginning of this video, and you're gonna hear it now. I have this backing track. It's really just Dust My Broom with the every ending the first time through, and then the final ending the second time through. It's a great place to practice. We'll see what happens here. It's a great way to practice the song at tempo, but if you're not fast enough yet, start slow. Okay? doesn't play this, but I'm gonna play it. It was close. It wasn't quite perfect. But for the middle of the video without any cuts, we're gonna live with it. The point is, I would practice it. The other point is this: is that I think, you know, you listen to this stuff and you go, "What was he trying to do?" It was not perfect when he was doing it. You know, this stuff that's probably, you know, an afterthought or it's something that I do a lot where I'll do something like that, which is still a 1 flat 3 1. He's doing so, you know, similar, different. My point is that, like, it's probably like almost like an extra habit that he has that he's doing. It's my guess. I'm not a huge Elmore James expert. I don't know if I said this earlier in the video, but like I was watching a Derek Trucks video and he was referencing Elmore James as like the guy to give him the start on lap steel. Or not on lap steel, on slide, but like one of the, you know, he's one of the guys. So again, I don't want to, man, I'm going to get in trouble for this video. I can already tell. Doesn't matter. Anyway, so that is the basic idea of how I'm playing the verse. And again, it doesn't sound like he's playing the 4 chord or the 4 and the 5 in these 2 areas here, but I'm going to do something just because I'm sitting here. You know, I can just sit there and wait, or I can play. That's part of it. All right. I think I have time to go through the solo. So the solo's at the very end. And again, I have tabbed it out. The tab is available on Patreon. I have to listen to this. I don't know exactly how it goes. For the solo, and I hope you'll notice, I had to go back and listen to it, right? Because, well, first of all, if I was covering this, you know, I would learn the basic, again, the bones of the song, learn the bones of the solo, what's the thing, but then I can't imagine. I mean, if I was covering it by myself, I wouldn't do the solo one time, and I can't imagine if I was sitting in with people, we would be doing a 2.5-minute version of this song. It would be a 12-minute version of this song. You know what I mean? Like it would have to be a longer thing because it's cool. So, but getting the bones of the solo. So the solo, really, you know, this is. Oh, am I gonna say this? It's a relatively rudimentary solo. It's all in one area. It's not moving around a ton. It's very lyrical. And again, it's, you know, he's banging on a guitar through an amp. I'm sure it was a really hard guitar to play. So let's get into it. Let's make sure everything's recording. Okay, good. Everything's recording. So check it out. The way I have this notated, I have it notated on the tabs, and again, you can't see them because they're only on Patreon, but like, I didn't, the phrases start right before the 1. So if it's like a 1, 2, 3, 4, let's do it, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? That's where it starts. And what it is a flat 7 to a 1 to a flat 3 to a 1. That's it. Flat 7 1, flat 3 1. You can see it on this thing here, right? Now, so again, when I notated it, I didn't put any bar lines in there for this because, frankly, this is something that you gotta feel it. If you're just trying to read it, it's not gonna work right. So sing it out loud, do 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 do, and then hopefully sing it and play it right. Okay, so it's 10. It's 10 12 11 10. But what it's flat 7 1, flat 3 1, and then flat 7 1. Flat 3, It's the 4, but he's sliding it up. He's not staying on the floor. Same thing we talked about before. Right, that's not staying on the flat 3. Right, where he's not sliding up to the next note, he's in between, but that's where the grease is. That's where the sauce is. Is that right? And then flat 7 1, flat 3 4, flat 3 1, and then he kind of he slides down. It sounds like on the low E. So low D. The first time. Right? And you can kind of hit all 3 or whatever. Like, it doesn't have to be, again, I wouldn't be trying to do it note for note. I want to get that, I need that phrase. And then whatever to slide down. But it's not. Right? It's got to have the grease. That's where it's at. It's about the aggressiveness from your pick, and it's also about not sitting on the note, but kind of moving up. You see what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Second time through, let me just check the tab. Yeah, okay. It's basically the same thing. And the second time around, I think he's grabbing the 1 and the 5 on the 4th and 5th string and sliding down. So the first time, low string. Second time, oh, there it is. And that's against that second line there, right? And then when we hit the 5, oh, which is the sauciest line you're gonna find. Okay, it's the 5 4 times. Right? 1 2 3 4. All right. And then we're going sliding from the 4 to the 5 back to the 4. Which is the coolest thing. So, to the flat 3, down to the flat 7. Right? It's not just right? You see what I'm saying? Does that make sense? And then to the 5. And then finally right. So the very end. Okay. Right? 1 flat 3 4 5. Flat 3. Yeah, and so the same ending as the second time around. So 1 flat 3 4 5 flat 3 1 12 12th fret. That's the 1 and the 5. And then at the very end, top 2 strings, 11 and 12. Flat 7 or just regular 7. Right up to the 1. Camera's starting to overheat. I gotta go to work soon. Whew, we're getting close to the wire. Check this out. And then we wait. Right, and there's that sauce. Right, I screwed it up. I screwed it up there at the end. I didn't get that. I didn't get that part right, but that. It's all about the sauce. It's not about the notes. That'd be awesome if you were doing a blues cover for like a Barney tribute band. But it's not going to work if we're trying to get Elmore James. It's got to have the sauce. So, yeah, I hope that made sense. It's a real simple, it's a 3-line solo. It's 3 phrases, right? That first one along the first 4 bars. Second phrase along the second 4 bars. And then that really cool. I mean, that's... Oh, and the camera overheated. It went down just towards the end. We were almost there. Anyway, I think, let me just wrap it up with this, which is the notes are relatively simple. And I've laid them out here. And again, there's a tab available on Patreon, but like, it's not a lot of notes. It fit on one piece of paper and I'm handwriting the tabs, right? This is not... It's not a rocket science kind of song, and that's not my style of playing. If you're looking for the rocket science kind of stuff, you know, again, there's so many good slide guys out there, and for lap steel, MikeWitcher.com, lessonswithtroy.com, they're going to be the guys. They're awesome. This song is about putting some grease on the notes. So it's not right. It can't just be those notes. It's got to be... Right? And I can do it one of 2 ways. I can either slide into the flat 3, or I can slide up from the flat 3 almost to the 3, which is how Elmore James is doing it. And that's 2 different sounds. But they both give me the vibe from the song. Does that make sense? What I'm saying? I hope it does. I hope that because I think that's the takeaway more than anything else. And more than with the lessons I'm teaching, more than anything, I hope you're learning the songs, obviously, but like, how do we approach them? And I'm taking this chart and I'm taking this scale, and everything is coming from those 2 things. There's nothing crazy right now. I'm adding, the only thing that is not in the minor pentatonic scale, technically, is the major 3 on that sort of throwaway lick in between sections. Other than that, everything is minor pentatonic. Right? Either way, whatever you're doing. So, and then, right, that's not in the minor pentatonic scale. Or is the... Okay, there's a couple notes that aren't in the minor pentatonic scale, but that's in the chord. Right? So, learn the notes, but learn how to put some stank on them. Right? Make somebody make that face like something smells like cheese. Just, that's where it's at. That's where playing this kind of song is at. The notes are almost secondary to how much grease you can put on that slipping and slide. I don't know what I was even trying to say. Anyway, thanks for hanging. You're rad. I hope that made sense, and I'll see you next time.